Check. Miesha, congratulations. Obviously you've been a former champion of multiple organizations, but I just wonder, after this time away and coming back, how does this feel and how does it compare to those big moments?
Oh, gosh. I guess those big moments, when I started fighting, I imagined I would get to the top, but when I stopped, I never thought I would be right back here. And so happy and at peace. Such a different experience. This training camp was phenomenal. Fight week was amazing. Today was incredible, the whole day. I've just loved the process. So I feel like this is how it's supposed to be.
You talk about today, I was curious. I know you're confident, you believe in yourself, and you put in all the work, but is there still that little bit of hesitation or a little bit of fear, like, I haven't done this in so long. Do I still have it? Did any feeling like that pop up?
Honestly didn't cross my mind. It was like riding a bike. I feel like I just went and I got a little emotional on the walkout. I did. It was about halfway through, and I just remember, I almost felt like I was gonna cry, like tears of joy, because I was like, God, I just can't believe that I'm here right now, and this fight has been a year in the making, and longer if I really look at the journey before that, before I even decided I was gonna come back. But now, in hindsight, all of that got me to this point. But even just a year ago, I had just made the decision that I was going to fight again, and I just had my son, and then it was like, now it's here. This is my moment, and I got a little emotional there. So it was a good kind of emotion.
Yeah. I know you had a lot of respect for Marion coming in, but overall, I thought you pretty much dominated the fight. How did you feel things were playing out in there? Any surprises? How did you feel the fight was playing out?
I feel really good. I felt like I won most of the exchanges. She had some punches that I was willing to stand in there and stay with it, but that just, that's who I am. So of course you want to try to have as perfect of a fight as you can and ideally not get hit, but I like to fight. I still like to fight at the end of the day, so I'm not really afraid to stand in there and give one to take one. But again, I still feel like I left relatively unscathed. She landed a couple good punches. She had one good push kick that was that hit more towards my face that I was like, oh, okay, But it was like she pushed a button, I was like, okay, that's all right, now I'm really coming for you. So, no, it was good. We expected her to be scrappy, have a scrappy guard, have some good right hands, but I felt really comfortable in there. I didn't feel like I had ring rust. It wasn't something that was on my mind. So, no, I think it was a good night.
Nice. And I know you wanted to finish. You wanted to be the first one to finish. So you got that. What did you think? Did you feel that the finish was imminent right there, or was it a little surprise? What did you think?
I had her down in that position, and I had her what we call the deputy sheriff, just kind of the one arm stuck back here, and all of a sudden I just realized I was in a position to win this fight. And so I was like, oh, we drilled this, I'm here, and it was just kind of like I just woke up all of a sudden, I was like, I'm going to finish this fight right here. Like, this isn't a fight anymore. Like, this is done. So it just really went to town. And I heard her, she really was giving it everything that she had, because I heard her go, ugh. And when you hear that, you're kind of like, okay, that was it. That was the last push she had. She rolled, I got those hooks in right, and she tried real hard to base up again right there, but then one of my corners, I think it was Johnny, was like, only the right hand. Because I think I was hitting both, and sometimes, whatever. So I just remember that, and I was like, okay. Just try to go to town. But I knew it was imminent at that point.
Nice. And I guess last thing for me, you made it clear from the start, right? You're back in this to get all the way to the top. But you said, hey, I was focused on this. I wasn't really paying attention to the division. But I guess, where does it progress from here? Do you need some time off to be back with the family again? Or is this like, do you want to book something quickly? Do you feel like a top 5 fighter is realistic? What makes sense to you next?
I think I want to let this victory settle. I don't want to be in a rush for anything, but of course I'm a woman on a mission here, right? So I do want to get to the top. I think a fight by the end of the year is reasonable. So right now I'm going to go home and I'm going to kiss my babies. I'm going to enjoy this hard-earned victory. And then in the next few weeks, KHI, my management, my team, and everybody else, we'll regroup. We'll talk to Mick, Sean, Dana, and we'll get something lined up.
Miesha, just talking about going back to the process, I mean, how did it feel differently going out there for the walkout compared to, the last time you were out there? Just, were you thinking about just your kids? Was it just that hyper focus again? Can you just explain that?
Yeah, Johnny, my fiance over there, showed me a picture of my kids right before I hit that walk, and just reminded me of my why. So my kids were definitely on my mind, but at the same time, it's just me going in there, and I was like, I've got a job to do. So how does it compare? I didn't feel pressure. I didn't feel any pressure this time. I just felt very grateful to be in the position that I was in. And truthfully, guys, this is why I couldn't stay retired. I could not stay retired because I felt like I have so much more to give, and there's truly a better version of myself. And I didn't want to leave thinking that I hadn't put my best foot forward.
When you look at, when Sam Calavita shows you what he's working on, and he's got like all those equations, right? I mean, could you explain it to someone else if you had to?
You know him, huh? Yeah, he's a math professor. He's a mathematician, and he's just a genius. He's an athlete himself. He does Ironmans. I mean, I can't say enough great things about him, but without going down that rabbit hole too much, he turned my body into math and science. He took the guesswork out of this, and he gave me a confidence that I've never known before. I mean, I think I've always been a confident fighter, but when you know. And he took all the guesswork out of it. The numbers don't lie, and I worked hard every single time that I showed up to those dreadful sessions, because that's what they are. But yeah, we did it, so I'm very grateful to have him as a part of my team. That will not be changing. That will stay.
When people talk about, the bantamweight division, obviously, Chase and Amanda Nunes, when people figure you into the equation now, no pun intended, is the fact that, okay, Amanda's beaten a lot of these top contenders. Miesha might be one of the most popular women to come back and now be back in the mix again. Realistically, do you feel like, knowing how the business works, do you feel like you are that far away? Or do you feel like, something happens, maybe I could sneak right in there a lot sooner than anyone ever expected?
I'm just going to do what's right for me. That this is the first time I can say in my life that I'm the CEO. Like, there is nobody else making decisions. Everybody that's around me is here to support what I want, my dreams and my goals. And so if it feels right, yeah, we'll do it. But I'm not in a rush. I want to make the most when I do fight for the title, whoever that may be. It will be the right time. And yeah, we'll make sure that we're ready. We're not going to rush anything, but we won't miss any opportunities either.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Miesha, to your right.
Yes.
Congratulations. I'm sorry I walked in a couple minutes late. You were this morning, I guess, were making breakfast for the family, and just like having a normal Saturday morning. And normally you think fighters would be resting on the day and everything. Just why did you do what you did? Like, you just acted like, it was not a fight day.
Nothing. Okay, let me say this. Everything has changed, and nothing has changed. Everything changed from 5 years ago, but my life is so good right now that I didn't want to change anything today. I wanted it to be just like every day that it has been before, because all those days are great. So, making breakfast and hanging out with my baby, nursing my son, like, God, it was a beautiful day. So, a day to count my blessings for sure.
And when the fight began, how long did it take you to feel comfortable in the cage? Did you feel immediately comfortable, or was it a little bit of a process before you kind of moved around a bit before you felt like you were yourself again?
No, I felt comfortable, like not fearful, not rusty, but I wanted to get the range and timing, and it's a fight, right? So I wanted to stay calm and deliver the the better version of myself, right? I didn't want to get too wrapped up in the emotion, and there was a lot of emotion going into this fight, all for the better, but right, even emotion can just charge you to want to go out there and, you just get a dump of emotion or adrenaline, and I didn't want that to happen. So I'm really happy with how the fight went. I think it was perfect, right? I got my feet wet a little bit in the first round. I know we were kind of just moving around from what I remember, feeling each other out, but I knew that she was going to be tentative for my shot and tentative to commit, especially after I landed the first couple solid punches. So, she kind of moved around a lot, and I was just trying to find the timing and the openings. Then second round, I think I put it on her a little bit more. We got the takedown, and third round, we took it home.
And you probably were asked this before I walked in, but I apologize. You being a MMA analyst and a sort of a historian, when you look at somebody 5 years away and coming back, what is the significance of that? And what are the most difficult things about coming back, the actual competition part of it being 5 years?
I think I would wonder if someone else about ring rest, but actually Dominic Cruz was a huge inspiration for me this fight because he took such a long time off, and I remember when he came back and he just had an epic finish and a win, and I debated going out there hot in the first round and just taking everything to her, but I wanted to play a smarter game plan, so I stayed a little bit more reserved, but I think all the questions were answered if there were any. I knew this already in my heart. My team already knew what we were bringing tonight, but I think everybody else was, the betting odds kind of said it was pretty close when those opened up. Nobody really knew what to think, right? So fair enough, but I hope those questions have been answered now.
Miesha, I'm sure you're open to a number of fights, but before your contest this evening, Holly Holm said she'd like to rematch you. Is that one of those fights where you would be interested in going to it, or is that so special the first time round you'd rather just leave it where it was? So Holly wants to rematch you.
Yeah.
Would you be interested in that fight, or was the first time you thought her so special to you that you'd rather just leave that in the past?
Oh no, they're all fair game. They can all get it respectfully. they can all come. I'd expected, them to come out of the woodwork. So that's great. I think a fight with Holly a second time would be, it'd be great. There's a lot of women in the division, so, name them all. I don't know where I'll come in at the rankings right now, but, I'm never one to say that I deserve this or I deserve that. I understand I've got to continue to climb, but whoever's name is on that list to get to the top, that's fine with me. And I'm sure Holly and I have no doubt about it. Before I retire, her and I will fight again.
Cool. Thank you.
I think one of the ongoing themes this week is a lot of people were like, wow, has it really been 5 years since she's been in there? So when you went out there, from what it felt like from your last fight to when you went out there, did it feel anywhere close to that? How much time did it feel to you that you had stepped away? When you walked in there, did it feel like, oh, this was just the other day when we went in there? Could you tell that a lot of time had passed since then?
It didn't feel like that much time when the moment was, there, right? When I was making that walk again. It's like I was a weird duality of kind of a twilight, right? So it's parts of it feels like, God, I can't believe I'm here, and parts of it was like, I'm right back. I'm back, and I didn't skip a beat, and I feel better than ever. So. It's kind of taking in both, appreciating both of the aspects. I know it has been a long time, but I also feel like that was a blessing, and it just made me better.
But even now, you were always sharp back then. You were always very aware of what your skills were and things. Now you're coming in, it seems like you've had this time, you're even sharper when you're thinking about where your skills are. Does it feel like this is a brand new experience for you? Do you feel, not that it's starting over, but is this all refreshed and sort of brand new for you?
Yeah, it's a whole different experience. Something I never got to experience, this kind of joy and happiness and lightheartedness. And I said you guys were going to see a lightness about me in there. I haven't seen the fight, like I said, but I felt light, and I felt good, and I felt happy, and I felt healthy in all the ways that I think make us complete as human beings. So, like I said, you guys, this is just the start. This is just the start.
Congrats.
Thank you.
Miesha, I'm sure you probably, to ask about an individual moment in the fight probably isn't fair. If you haven't watched it, you might not think about it. But you got her off the ground for a slam. When you had her up in the air, can you remember what the thought process was like? Or Was that like a moment where you just felt it?
Yeah, I was stoked. I was like, I know she was heavier, she was bigger than me going into the fight, but that was all planned out, right? I didn't want to have a hard weight cut. I didn't, and I out conditioned. I still felt very strong, very fresh in the third round. It was almost like the other 2 rounds hadn't even happened, so I was ready. And I felt her in the air. I think the first time, right, I heard that she grabbed the cage, and I remember thinking, I was like, oh, she has good balance here. The first time I tried to lift her, and then I think she had to let go, and that's when I got that second lift in the throw. But I haven't seen that part, but felt good. Yeah, no problems there. I can still throw people.
And I know you've talked a lot about Johnny's influence in your life and just being there for you, but him in the corner. What is it like having him there, and how good is his advice? I know he was very into the fight. I can tell you that.
Yeah, I know it was a big ask for him because he's emotionally the most invested, and I know what that's like to be in a corner about somebody that you love and that you care about. It's difficult because you can't do anything. You're sending your loved one that you care, and there's nothing that you can do to help or protect besides just be there. But what was important for me in this fight was to have faces that I look at that matter, that really matter. And obviously he's a key factor in that. So, no, it was great to have him there. He knew all the things to say, the love and support, and, involving our kids, just reminding me of my purpose. It was beautiful. That's exactly what I needed in my corner.
Thanks.
Miesha, real quick over this side, to your left.
Okay.
Post-fight, you quickly mentioned your support for Smushy and Phil Demers, and I wondered if you could expound on that for anybody that doesn't follow or isn't aware of that cause.
Yeah, so I've been watching Phil just lead a mission and a charge that I fully support and I'm very behind, but essentially, Marineland has captive walruses, whales, and they are not treating. It's just so inhumane. So they're not treating them well. They've been holding Smushy. We hope, that she's still surviving, but this legally has been drawn out for a very long time, and so I just want people to get aware of that, the cruelty that's going on, to please, continue to boycott Marineland and to save Smushy, because it's just it's not right. I'm a huge animal lover, huge advocate. I love animals, and I absolutely despise people that maltreat. So Marineland tops the list on that.
Excellent, thank you, great win.
Yes, thank you, great question. All right, cool. Thank you, guys.
Islam, congratulations on your performance tonight, your victory. I'm just curious, you know, you got the cage time you wanted, the 4th round, but you still got the finish too. So as you sit there now, how do you feel about your performance tonight?
Feel good because it was hard training camp. I have like many no small injuries in this camp, but I'm happy because I got more than 3 rounds, good experience with good opponents.
How did you feel tonight, you know, coming into the fight? Did it feel any different at all, you know, being a main event, being an important fight? Were there any nerves or pressure or anything different?
Not nerves, you know. I told these guys all day, hey, let's go to the arena because I never wait like this. No, I sit in the hotel. Like we go to the arena 7 p.m. I almost go like 2 p.m., 3 p.m. I sit, sleep, eat, and I'm tired, you know, sit in the home. And about many extra media like this stuff like that, but I have to be ready, you know.
Yeah, no doubt. There's going to be more of it. As far as the performance, did he do anything that surprised you? Did everything play out exactly the way you thought it would?
You know, a little bit I'm sad because he take me down because, you know, I don't believe he gonna take me down, but I give him legs, you know. I give him my legs, make him pressure, make him tired when he try to like take me down, but he catch double leg and I try to defense, but he close, you know, but it's okay. And when he try and he close, I try to give him choke, but he escaped. He's good jiu-jitsu. That's why a little bit, you know, but I'm take him down too, give him like slam. It's okay.
Yeah. I was going to ask you because he did take you down. Like in that moment, are you laughing a little bit, or is it frustrating that like he took me down?
A little bit upset because all my wrestling friends they're gonna upset with me, you know. I have a lot of wrestling brothers who gonna complete in Olympic game, next Olympic game. I always wrestle with these guys. That's why they're gonna upset a little bit.
Did Habib talk trash to you about getting taken down?
No, he told me, hey, you know, relax too much when he go to the double leg. I don't believe he gonna take me down. That's why, you know. But it's okay.
Nice. Well, listen, it's going to be a big fight next. I know you've mentioned RDA. I think you've mentioned Michael Chandler as well. You've mentioned Tony Ferguson also. So, do any of those matchups appeal to you more than others?
Let me think, you know. If they're gonna like give me a choice, let's do with Tony, because we have good history with him, you know. The Habib supposed to fight with him like 5-6 times. Let's finish this, you know. I'm gonna finish this.
That would be like
and
a way
I'm gonna show people around the world like Tony not Habib level, you know. But people don't understand how Habib have pressure, like I cannot explain to you guys, but I think you know everything.
Very nice. And lastly for me, I guess, you know, whether it be Tony or one of those other guys, when do you want to fight? I know it's been hard for you to get fights sometimes, so how soon do you want to fight again?
Let's do end of this year, one more fight. I'm gonna finish one more fight, and I'm gonna be fighter of the year.
Islam, to your right. John mentioned all those fighters. Dana had said the fight to make was you and Beneil Dariush. I wonder, had you considered Dariush, and do you like him as a potential opponent?
Beneil, really like good fighter. If they give me Beneil, it's gonna be, you know, it's good fight, you know. He's nice guy. I know him a little bit, but he's number 3. He's big step for me too. He's tough more than these all 3 guys, which one I call, you know.
And the one thing I wonder is, you know, as you move up in the division, your striking is going to have to be better. Do you feel like your striking made a difference and it made an advancement from your last fight?
Yeah, I have good striking, but these guys, my corner, always pressure me. Hey, let's take this down, take this guy down, take this guy down. That's why I cannot show you guys all my skills in striking, but I can compete with anybody in my division, you know.
And that was going to be my next question. When you look at a Michael Chandler or a Justin Gaethje, guys like that, they throw a lot of strikes and from everywhere. Do you feel confident that if you have a guy fighting you that way, putting that kind of pressure on you, that your grappling could hold up and you could hold somebody like that off?
You know why these guys striking all the time? Because they don't have wrestling skills. They don't have grappling. That's why. But I have striking. I have wrestling more than everybody in this division. I have grappling more than everybody in this division. That's why they're gonna run.
Islam right here. Islam, some people talk about, it's not fair that everyone puts pressure on you to be the next Khabib. I want to ask you, what do you think about that? Do you like that people keep saying that? Or do you like, he's Khabib, I'm Islam, let me have my own career?
If somebody say I'm like Islam, like almost same like Khabib, I agree with this. I wanna be like Khabib, He's great man, He's champion. He have a lot of money now, he have everything now, but he's still humble guy. He's coming to USA without his family. He stay here 1-2 months just for help, He don't take money, nothing. He just come and help all team. He do everything for team, Okay, we come to USA without him to San Jose. He rent big house for team. He rent a lot of cars for team, and nobody pay. He pay for everything, That's why I cannot explain to you about like Khabib because he do a lot of stuff, but nobody know this. But we always have to tell him. Thank you.
Can you explain the moment when you saw Nelly holding her sign and you took the video that went viral for Take a Picture with Khabib?
Lady?
Nelly, the fan, wanted to meet Khabib.
When we come to USA Epics, this is like almost 11 p.m., very hot outside. And I ask, hey, who this lady stay outside, like very hot? And I stay in the road. But when we finish all media, after 3-4 hours, he keeps standing there and I just tell Rizwan, hey, let's talk with this woman because Khabib not gonna come today to USA Epics. Let's fix this. And I tell this guy, let's take her number. And we just sent Khabib video and he say, I'm gonna wake up and come meet with her.
You made her famous.
It's okay, he's good lady, give good energy, We have to respect all people.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
The only question I have, at the end of the third round, when he was going for the ankle lock, was there ever any danger there? It seemed like you got out of it before the bell, but was there ever any danger there with that?
No, behind me I have a lot of Sambo skills, Sambo is, people go legs like crazy, that's why I can throw. I know he finished Michael Johnson, give him legs, that's why. I just give him, because I know like 20 seconds, and give him, a little bit work.
Congrats on the win.
Thank you guys.